forever grateful to this family for taking a risk off essentially a kid off Craigslist at that point and trusting me with their beautiful Pacific Heights home. And that honestly was the launch. And I would love to get more involved with the education side of the industry and see how I can help sort of facilitate students coming out of school being better prepared for the reality. I just see opportunities in which we could better prepare our next generations for our industry. And
that's
so
very
I'd love to
altruist of you. So hi everybody, welcome to Gina's Waymo Chronicles with my guest, Lizette Bruckstein. How are you?
Good, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So I'm a big fan. Lizette is a luxury interior designer and she travels all over the world and based here in San Francisco. So we're gonna get to know her a little bit better today. Are you good with that?
That sounds great.
All right, let's go. All right, so hopefully we make these questions fun and not boring, but you can comment and let me know. So you design luxury homes for a living. Do you think luxury is about money? Or do you think true luxury is about something else entirely?
I think true luxury is about comfort. It's about having everything you need to be exactly as comfortable as you want to be without having to think twice about it. So a home that's perfectly designed to you and your needs and your lifestyle, every detail, anything you can think of. It's showing up at your vacation home and having everything there. You don't have to pack a bag. It's just there. You arrive.
Oh, that's a great answer. Okay. I'm already getting comfortable with it. Now, in reading your bio, it says you grew up around handcrafted furniture and Carrara marble. Mention those two pieces. Do you think craftsmanship is a lost art? And what do we do if we lose this? What if it disappears?
Well, I actually see a big return to craftsmanship. A lot of our clients these days do want a piece with a story, something that has life to it, because that obviously translates and it's great, energy in the home. So I do think that in certain sectors of the industry, we've gotten away from it, but I also think there's a huge return to it. So.
Oh, I love that. And I love that you used your hands with it. I can feel the craftsmanship in your hands. Okay. Do you visit a lot of artisans' shops here in the city? Do you fly all over the world to find them? Where do you find these pieces?
Yeah, absolutely. Both, all of the above. I think, at the end of the day, we're selling a vision to our clients and we really can't sell it if we don't fully understand it. So going to a shop tour, going to see the behind the scenes, really understanding how something's made, created, all the love, the detail, the intention that goes into it, just helps us better communicate that to our clients. So yeah, we go all over looking at things. We were just in Italy selecting slabs for a project that we're doing here in the city. So it is a type of marble, but it is also a town and there's a ton of quarries there and they get all sorts of marble from that region.
Do you have a favorite
marble? Oh gosh, that's a really tough question. Well, I'm currently obsessed with cherry blossom, which if you've been to our showcase house, you saw is the star of our bathroom at the decorator showcase this year.
Oh, it's definitely a star. So what Lizette is referring to is the SF Designer Showcase. They do a house every year here in San Francisco, and Lizette and her team did the primary bathroom.
Correct.
Amazing. Speaking of craftsmanship, I remember specifically one showcase house where you did a lighting fixture with your team's arms. Can you talk about that piece and what that piece means to you?
Yeah, absolutely. That was quite a while ago. But essentially, we casted all of our individual arms and formed them such that they were holding a trough that housed all the light bulbs. And so what it meant to, and it was flush to the ceiling. So it looked as if the arms were reaching down from the ceiling. And really what it meant to me was embodying this whole process, right? None of this is, I can't take credit for all of this by any stretch of the imagination. All of this is a team effort, whether it's my team in my office, whether it's our craftsmen, tradespeople, vendors that we work with and we collaborate with, even our clients, right? It's a community effort to bring a beautiful home to life. And so the chandelier just really represented how many hands touch any given project.
Oh, that gave me chills. I love that. Do ideas come to you every single day and it's just like, what do you execute on? Or how does something like that come about for you?
There's usually something that sparks it. Like, for that particular one, it was decorator showcase and it was, what can we do that's different, that's going to get attention, that's going to stand out. And so it's not, I wouldn't say that I'm just sitting here and, ideas are just like flowing, nonstop, but like something will trigger it. Right. And then you're like, ooh, and then you just kind of go down the deep dive.
I've seen online and in person that you have a primarily female team. And me personally, being pro women in business, I appreciate that. And I also would appreciate as a client coming to you because I feel a sense of in your design work, I know you have females behind it. Like, how would you categorize your style, your themes?
Yeah, no, good question. So I think the most important thing in interior design is chemistry. So you have to understand your client. You have to really see them for who they are, right? And that's maybe one person, it's maybe two people, it's maybe a family, right? Whoever's, whoever we're designing the space for. And so for me, it's really important to have a well-rounded team because we all bring different perspectives to the table. And so being able to really see our clients and come at them from maybe unexpected directions is incredibly important to me. So when it comes to hiring, it's more about the way that my team or the prospective team members think about things and less about specifically who they are, if that makes sense.
Yes. So it's as if you have like a perfect sphere and you have every point of the sphere covered. So you're all like forming together.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Have you been surprised by one of your team members at their idea? Like, wow, that is a genuinely great idea. And what was that idea?
Well, I guess showcase on the brain. We were thinking about, we always do a little takeaway, right? Something that you can take home and you can remember us by and refer back to later. And so in addition to like a postcard, we like to give an object. And so we were sitting around the table and just kind of everyone was spitballing ideas of like what this could be, right? And it was like, oh, it should be a towel, a handkerchief, a washcloth, something embroidered, right? Like all these different ideas. And then one of my junior designers actually was like, what about soap? Yeah. And I was like, wow, that is perfect, right? And so that kind of what you asked earlier, like, okay, so she says soap, and now I'm like, okay, it's black, it's got our logo, monogrammed engraved into it, it's wrapped in black tissue, it's got a custom scent that we designed, like, so it's like you get one little thing that sparks it, which I don't think I would have had that idea if she hadn't mentioned it, right? And then we snowball it into something that's so on brand and so great, and people have been responding really well to.
I thought that we're gonna try a manifesting.
Ooh,
woo! And I thought of a great question for you. So, given that we are in amazing San Francisco, given that we have an awesome Mayor Daniel Lurie, so if he came to you today when he sees this, or tomorrow, whenever we post this, we're going to be posting this, what if he gave you a budget and said, Lizette, I would like for you to design something for San Francisco, for the San Francisco community. What would you want to design?
Ooh, that's a great question. Can be anything.
Can be anything.
And one of the things that originally attracted me to San Francisco was the sense of community and the sense of arts and interest in performing arts, visual arts, and obviously being an interior designer, these things were very important to me. And I feel, San Francisco, as we all know, has done this over the years, and I'm still here and I still love the city. But I would love to do some sort of a community center where we could bring together food, art, culture, even shopping, because I feel like we've had a little, had some struggles with our shopping here in San Francisco over the last few years. So a place where people can gather, really, brainstorm ideas, connect, talk about what matters in life, and really bring back that sense of community. If Mayor Lurie gave me a budget to do something,
when Mayor Lurie gives you the budget, yes,
I'd love to create a community center of sorts.
Well, you heard it here first. I'm excited for your community center, Mayor Lurie. We can do this.
Yes.
I wonder if we could privately fundraise for this. Ooh, and a center to do that. That would be so fun. Yeah. Do you have a part of the city where you think that would happen?
Ooh, another tough question. I would say something close to the water.
Okay.
Whether it's the Bay, probably the Bay. Somewhere Embarcadero-esque.
Okay. Now, speaking of having people feel comfortable in community and warm, for your own home, since you're an interior designer, how do you want people to feel when they walk in?
Comfortable.
Comfortable, yes.
Yeah.
And define, what does that mean to you?
Well, specifically in my home, welcomed, right? Like we have an open door policy, so welcomed. I think the best design is the design that makes you feel happy, warm, comfortable, all these things without even really understanding why.
Ooh,
right?
Yeah.
So
subconsciously.
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, it's aesthetically beautiful, but it feels approachable. Right? It doesn't feel like a museum. So you're like scared to touch or sit or see or put your drink down or whatnot, Fragrance is a big thing for me. So it smells good. There's probably florals, some sort of greenery, some sort of life.
Okay. I like that. You were to recommend to somebody something that they could do to their home right now for that comfort level. What would you say to them?
We've got a wonderful flower market or even flower marts, or even just, your local flower shop on your corner. Just creating 1 or 2 or 3 floral moments throughout the home. So even if you're just buying a bundle of calla lilies and you're breaking them up and you're putting some in the kitchen and you're putting some in the bathroom, which is often overlooked, but one of my favorite places to put flowers, and maybe one in your living room. So when you're in different parts of the home, you're seeing something beautiful, organic, it's full of life, and it just kind of adds a sense of calm.
Do this immediately. I'm already thinking of what I could do.
Don't
when I
forget the
get back.
bathroom. Don't forget the
Don't
bathroom.
forget the bathroom.
Even if
That's
it's
so
one
true.
single calla lily in the bathroom is.
I love that. That's such a great idea. Do you have a favorite flower to do that with, or is it just kind of fluid for how you
It's
feel?
fluid depending on what's in season. I love dahlias, which right now there are dahlias.
Oh, wow, beautiful.
I do love calla lilies as well. I know you love peonies. Peonies are
Yes,
stunning.
it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Had big pink ones.
Yeah.
Brian got me last weekend, and then they
Aw.
turned white. They're big.
Oh, wow.
They opened up like pillows and turned white, and I was so happy. And then all the
Aw.
leaves fell off.
I know, and then it's so sad.
Yes.
And then it's time for something new.
That's true. Now we're gonna have a little fun with some rapid fire questions. How about this? I told you we're not gonna do the same old boring thing. Okay. 1, 2, 3. One object everybody should splurge on in their home.
A light fixture.
Ooh, a light fixture.
Think of it as the jewelry of the home.
Ooh, I like that. Jewelry of the home. A color that describes the current chapter in your life.
Oh. Well, so I have I'd say challenging relationship with the color pink.
Oh, okay.
It's never been my favorite.
Rose, by the way, Rose. I'm Dusty Rose.
I mean, so I'm embracing more pinkish tones in my life. And again, back to this cherry blossom. That was the what started the whole showcase bathroom. And it's a variety of pinks to burgundies. So kind of embracing more of that,
Oh, that's
that color
gorgeous.
story. Yeah.
Imagine this Waymo drops you off anywhere in the world for one day only. Where are we going and why?
We are going to, it's definitely in Italy. I'm just scanning the map. We're probably going to Rome.
Ooh, okay.
It's probably my favorite city in the world so far.
You design luxury homes for a living. Is luxury actually making people happier?
That's a loaded question. I'm going to answer it from the perspective of me and my design firm. So I believe that we are making people happier. And again, to me, luxury can look very different for every person. So kind of back to the comfort question from earlier, like to me, luxury is that we are creating something that's curated for the people that are going to live in it, right? So if the people that are going to live in it want it simple, right? They don't want all this automated stuff that could go wrong or could fail or, then that's what we're doing. And that's their version of luxury, right? So it looks different based on who we're doing it for.
Is there a place that you have recently gone where you were just absolutely, you were surprised and it was the warm feeling that you brought back here to the US?
So I would say, I mean, yes, every time I travel, that's the case. So I'm just trying to think of which specifically. I would say my time in Southeast Asia, in Jakarta and Bali, I would say that was the most culturally different in a while, in terms of where I had traveled. And so, it's everything from religion to gender roles to just lifestyle and the way things happen is quite different. And so I would say that was probably the most impactful of recent travel.
Oh, and if you haven't been to Bali yet,
Bali's amazing.
It's like a different world. The rice paddies there, literally, it looks like you are in outer space on Earth. So amazing. That's where you should do the Eat, Pray, Love trip. If you don't know what I'm talking about, rent the movie online.
But even Bali to Jakarta, it's the same country and it's wildly different.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. Good note. So put this on your bucket list, people.
Yes.
Bali and Jakarta while you're there. Might as well.
Yes.
So let's see. So today, tell me about your day-to-day and what you're doing, because people want to know, like, what are you doing? What does your day look like as owning this amazing interior design firm?
Well, I will say your days get less and less sexy the more and more established you become.
See, we think everything looks sexy. Yeah. It's so great.
No. There's a lot of management.
Okay.
Whether it's project management, people management, But outside of that, like my favorite days are the days where I get to go to job sites and I get to see what's actually happening real time in our construction projects. Days that I get to meet with our clients, right, and have design meetings and really present our ideas and kind of, brainstorm and whatnot with our clients. And also shop tours. Like I, this week was fortunate to have a quite early morning shop tour of a metal fabrication shop in Oakland. And it's such an inspiring way to start the day. So
metal fabrication, is that like for a gate or?
Anything you can think in metal, they can make.
Wow, like table base, gate, sconces.
We were there specifically for stair railings. Yeah.
Wow. And do you make up the design and then they put it into motion, or how does that work?
It's a group effort. So we kind of come to the table with some inspiration. They come to the table with their expertise and years and years and years of experience. And, the architect's involved, and we all kind of, again, with the spitballing, we all sit around the table and brainstorm ideas and eventually walk out of there with something that we all feel good about.
If you were to say that your style is like insert name here, fashion designer, who would it be?
Oh, why? Alexander McQueen.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay, why? Tell us why.
Oh, he was such an amazing designer, so avant-garde, always pushing the envelope, primarily in black, which contrary to what I'm wearing today and what we discussed about the color pink is my go-to color for everything. The use of layers, textures, materiality. It's very tactile, right? You look at any of his pieces and, there's 6 different textures on any given piece, right? And that has always been really interesting and inspiring to me, and something that I carry into my interior design work is the use of layers.
Oh.
We don't have a signature style per se. Like in our design work, we can do anything that our clients request, but we have certain themes that are consistent, right? So like if someone wants to come in and do a completely neutral space, absolutely, we can do that. No color, you don't want any color, we can do no color. But what we're going to have is texture, right? Because we need depth and we need things that keep it interesting, right?
How does it work with clients with you?
Totally customizable. So it depends on the client and the process they're looking for. Where it has to be, I guess, non-negotiable, a collaboration of some sorts.
Okay.
Because
Non-negotiable, yeah.
it's your home. I need to understand you and what you need in this home. Even if it's just the functionality. Even if all you want to do is provide the functionality, you tell me this is how I'm going to use the space, this is how my family operates, da 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 da. You have free reign with the aesthetics. Fine, we can work with that. We really try to get everyone involved from the very beginning, at least like for a little bit, just to make sure that we really understand what we're looking for here. Really understanding our clients helps us really provide the best that we can for them. And so being involved from the very beginning is ideal, so that we aren't then looking at something and saying, we want to change this, we want to redo this, right? It's more cost effective, it's better for the environment, it's better for everyone if we just have a clear plan from the beginning.
So it sounds like you're recommending, so I'm going to go build a house. I have 2 acres, I'm going to go build a house. Before that conversation happens with the architect, should it be in tandem with the interior designer?
Yeah, in tandem. You got to build your team.
Gotcha.
You want your architect, you want your designer, you want your owner's rep, you want your builder. You want everyone there early stage, because everyone brings a different perspective to the table, right? Like we were talking about with the teams. You want that external team built, and that's hugely important.
So last fun question. What is something that's on your heart that you want to do? It could be professional or personal. Like what one thing? There's no right answer. It's your answer.
I know, but there's only one I can say.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, maybe we can make 1 or 2.
No, that's okay. I would say the interior design education is not where I would like it to be.
Ooh, let's talk about that. Okay.
I feel like there's a big void in real world experience and preparation for what it really means to be an interior designer. Whether you want to work for someone else, whether you want to start your own business, there's a void. And the things you need to learn are quite similar. And I would love to get more involved with the education side of the industry and see how I can help sort of facilitate students coming out of school being better prepared for the reality. Being on the other side of this and hiring, right? I have a very clear, idea of what I'm looking for, and it's not always, I just see opportunities in which we could better prepare our next generations for our industry. And
that's
so
very altruist of you. Yes. Would you do that? Would you start with your alma mater?
Potentially.
Okay. We're putting this out there. And who is your alma mater for design, Lizette?
San Francisco State.
Yes. Okay. I like that because you're out there. You've been working. Okay. You're one of the few that she knew what she wanted to be. Yeah. And didn't you start your business while you were in school? Yeah. Like, how cool is that?
I know. I was really lucky.
You just knew.
Yeah.
You just knew and felt it. How in the world? You're a San Francisco State student. How did you start this? How did you do that?
I was fortunate enough to not have to pay my way through school. And so for me, it wasn't about making money. I didn't have to support myself. So it allowed, I had a girlfriend in school that we started a business, and she also didn't have to pay for anything. So we were able to just take on whatever project, right? It was like just to learn, right? In no way was this program preparing me for how to start a business in San Francisco. And so we got to just figure it out on the fly because, again, we didn't have the pressure of making an income to support ourselves, right? Yes. So we were able to just kind of figure this out and take the projects and write the contracts. And if the contracts didn't work, like write it a different way for the next one. And if we didn't make any money on that project because we didn't structure it properly, who cares? Because we're just getting experience, right? Very different times.
Wow. Okay. Yes.
So yeah, her and I just got into it and really, really went after it. And I will give a shout out without names, but fast forward a couple years after graduation, I had posted an ad on Craigslist. And I, just said in the gig section, I'm an interior designer. I'm looking for projects. Like, here's what I can do. Here's my phone number. Here's my email. And
oh my gosh, I love this.
and it resulted in a pretty steady flow of projects. And one day I got a phone call, a phone call. I guess it was a phone call about a project, and it sounded really interesting. And she gave me the address, and I looked it up on the map, and I was like, oh, okay, this is a really, really nice area of San Francisco. And
I know this is going, yes.
This could be something. And, I show up at the house, and sure enough, it's, a modest 8,000 square feet. And
modest.
It's under construction. And at this point, they're just looking for someone to help furnish it and pick light fixtures. And I apologize if I'm mixing up some of the details on this. But anyways, I'm forever grateful to this family for taking a risk off, essentially a kid off Craigslist at that point, and trusting me with their beautiful Pacific Heights home. And that honestly was the launch. And, that like goes for like, right? So once you have a project of that caliber, people see that that's what you can do, referrals, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm forever, ever grateful to the two of them for giving me that opportunity.
That's an amazing story. And what it teaches all of us is this. You may not have been at that time the most experienced, but they felt something with you.
Totally.
And when you feel somebody and you feel their passion for the project and they're all in, there's something to be said about going for that person versus the one that looks like 100% on paper. Am I right?
Absolutely. I mean, this is such an intimate industry. Yeah. You're dealing with people at their core, right? And so it's so much about personality and chemistry, right? We talked about chemistry earlier. That's the core.
Thank you for being our guest. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you. Yes. This is such an honor, such a treat.
Oh, cool. And we did a lot of manifesting in this episode. So we're going to follow up on those and see what happens. Fingers crossed. Thank you for tuning in, you guys. Please follow me, Altruist with Gina, on Instagram.
And by Lizette Marie on Instagram as well. Thanks for tuning in.
Yay.
Thanks for having me.
Till next time, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.